Hi there, Lori here from Unique in the Creek, and today we're going to be using the character board with some garland that I picked up at Hobby Lobby. It's regular $19.99, but every other week it goes on sale for 50% off, so you can get this garland, which is 6 feet long, for $10. So if you grab 2 of them, like I'm going to do, I'm going to add a few little of these little accent blue teeny tiny flowers that I really liked. I'm going to use just a simple vinyl decal from Unique in the Creek and a pretty ribbon, and we'll make a bow, and we're going to make a beautiful, simple, everyday wreath really quick. So the first thing we're going to do is you're going to take your Unique in the Creek board. In the top of your board there's 2 holes that are divoted or slanted in. Those are your hanging holes. Well, we're going to put a zip tie, go up through the one hanging hole, go down through the other, and let's just do it up just a little bit. You'll hear that zipping sound, and this is going to be what your wreath is hung with. Okay, there we go. We have a hanger now for our wreath. Sometimes I do it at the end, sometimes I do it at the beginning. Just remember to do it so you have something to hang your wreath on. Alright, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put my decal on my board. So you want to have the top, or where the hanger is, right at the very top, and you're going to take your decal, and it's a big sticker. They are UV protected, so you do not have to spray them with anything, and you're just going to peel it off the paper, and then this is now garbage. Take your vinyl image, and I just eyeball it to make sure it's in the center. So I kind of bend it like a U shape and just start with it in the center. And what I'm looking at is it's going to go inside just these last holes towards the center. So I'm going to hold it up to make sure it's straight, and it looks just a little bit crooked to me. Now, until you smooth it down, you can still reposition it. It's very sticky. There, that looks a little better. Oh, much better. So there is my sign, and it's centered, and I'm just going to smooth it out with my hand for right now. So I start in the center and just move it out, and then you can take a Mod Podge smoother, or I even use this Betty Crocker spatula that you get from Dollar Tree. It's nice and soft to smooth it out. You can use like a credit card or debit card. Just with those, sometimes you might get a few scratches from the card. So I like to have one of these handy when I'm doing my centers, because like I said, it is soft, so it's not going to leave any scratches. And there we go. Our frame and our sign are now all one piece. I went over a little bit here, but that's okay. Once I get the stuff on, it should be fine. Okay, so now we're going to take our greenery. You're going to get some zip ties. These are 18-pound zip ties. And what I'm going to also do is I'm going to clip on each of these stems. There seems to be 3 little stems. I'm going to just use those. They're just going to be a little accent color. So I'm just going to clip them off so I can stick them in while I'm zip tying the garland. Okay, there's one. So out of that I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I should have 18 pieces when I'm done here, because I got 2 of these. And I just liked this little bit of blue color. Now you can use any accent color you'd wish to match wherever you're putting it. And I also have little pumpkins might be putting on, just for decor sake as well. These are cute little pumpkins I bought at Hobby Lobby as well. They're called, they're from the Robert Stanley collection, and they were $9.99. I paid 40 or 50% off, but they're really, really cute little pumpkins, and they got little stem things. So I might glue those on at the end. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is get my zip ties. I'm going to preload my board. I think I'm going to start with the outside board for outside holes first. Now this is an older board. The newer boards you'll see have 3 holes going all the way up. Okay, so those holes are for you to use should you want to. I'm going to just use every other hole here, and it should be just fine as well. So I'm going to take the end of my garland here, and I'm pushing up the boxwood. This is a boxwood garland, and I'm pushing up, making sure that it's going to lie flat and that the little sprigs of boxwood are going to face up. Okay, and I just want to zip tie it around the main stem going through the middle of the garland. So I've zip tied it in just like that, and it's going from row 1 to the outside of the board. And I'm also going to put a little bit of this blue sprig in here, just like that, and then zip it up. So when it all comes together, it will bunch together, but you'll see these little tiny blue little flowers. I think they're just adorable. Okay, so we're going to move on to the next one right here. Like I said, the newer boards have another hole here. You can use that hole and continue around, or you can just skip it like I'm doing with this older board. And we're just going to be going around the board, zip tying this garland in. It's a really inexpensive and easy way to make a very full wreath without having to use all kinds of picks and stuff. So we'll just do it up a little bit so you can see right here. Look how pretty it looks already. I'm going to take one of these little blue sprigs and then stick that in the zip tie, just like that. And you want to make sure everything's always going the same way. Okay, so we have 2 there. I'm going to cut my zip ties as I'm going so I don't forget them. There we go. And then once you get the wreath going, you can pull these little blue flowers up a little bit so they stick out a little more. Okay, I'm gonna end this row where I began it. Guess I should have probably waited to put my little blue flowers in, which I think I'll just cut that out. Put this end. I have a new zip tie there. And then I'll put this end in so it matches up. There we go. And then I'll put the blue piece back in. So I'm going to cut the remainder of this little piece off. There. Okay. Now I have a little piece of this greenery left. I'm going to cut it off because we're going to use it on the inside. So here we got the outside done, and it's looking very pretty. This would look fabulous on a mirror, hanging on a mirror, or even just inside in a bathroom. And you can, of course, use whatever center you wanted. Okay, so there's our outside done. And now we're going to do our inside. So I'll just start. Where I'm going to start is, see how there's 2, 3, and then 2, 3, then 2. I'm going to do start with the 2. And that is where I'm going to be putting my sprigs of blue. So it's not, if I would have put it here, I would have had 2 sprigs of blue here. At least if I put it here, they'll be diagonal to each other. And I'm just going to continue using this greenery. Now make sure if you're using your second piece, third piece of greenery, that all of it is going the exact same way, meaning the petals. So you can see how the greenery is going this way. If I put it this way, it'll look like just like a hot mess. So we want it going the exact same way we started with. Okay, and then we're gonna do exact same. Get the base of the garland. We'll put a little sprig of greenery in there, or bluery. And there, now it's opposite. You see? And we're going to fill the center of the wreath up now. So again, I'm going to skip every other hole. So I'm not going to do this one, but I'm going to do this one. So that's every set of 2 holes. Okay, so you kind of separate it again. Put the zip tie around. I'm putting a sprig of blue in there into the zip tie and do it up tight. Cut your zip tie, and then you push up your greenery. Look how pretty that is. Just very hint of blue. I absolutely love it, especially since my front door is almost like a country blue like this. Okay. Kind of have my decal a little over, but that's okay. So this is the last piece for that one garland we used, and I'll start the second garland. So you will have some left over with using 2 garlands. So if you buy 2 garlands at 50% off, it'll cost you $20. And it's not bad considering this is going to be totally full of boxwood smoky greenery. Okay, now we're skipping here. We're going to start here with our next our next garland piece. Now when you do get the garland, it has a big circle on the end of it. I've already cut that off of the end here. So just cut it off near the tip. You don't need that circle. That's just for hanging. And again, you want to make sure your greenery is going all the same way again. So I'm going to start right here. Just face it down onto the board. Put a zip tie around. Piece of this cute little blue, and I did get this little blue at Hobby Lobby as well. And they had different colors of it. And like I said, once we're done, we'll push this all up so you can actually see it. So I'm skipping these two, going on this one, and we're almost done. All right, we're done. However, I'm going to anchor this last piece because we don't want this blank spot. Again, over where I started, I'm just going to clip that zip tie off, move the blue, put a new zip tie there, and put where I started and where I finish is going to be into that zip tie. So there's the start. And I'm just going to cut a piece off right here. So there's the rest of the garland you still have. There's the starting piece, and then there's the finishing piece, both into this one zip tie. And can't forget about our cute little blue flowers here. Okay, we're done. Let's just pull up now the little blue flowers as they are wired, so you can pull them up almost in an L shape so they can be seen. And you're going to want to move your greenery around to make sure none of the board is seen, although it's pretty full. push this back. And there we go. We have a beautiful everyday wreath. Very simple. Take about 20 minutes to make. I just want to move the greenery out of the way. Sometimes it likes to take on a mind of its own. There we go. If it stays unruly, just use a little bit of hot glue and show them who's boss. There you go. Beautiful, all everyday wreath. Nice and clean on the back. Nothing to scratch your walls, your mirror, your door, anything like that. And on the front, looks like you spent lots of money on all kinds of greenery and flowers. Now you can add anything else you'd like to it. Maybe some pumpkins. These are really cute. You can just glue them on if you'd like. Or you can add bigger flowers, but I kind of like it. Very simple, looking like this. Alright guys, that's all I wanted to show you. Have fun, and thank you for all your support.